Hi, and welcome back to our channel, a channel dedicated to your personal and professional development. My name is Carla Garza, your channel host, and I'm super happy to introduce this second episode of our career transition series. I have our job coaches here with me today, Jasmine Sliger and Elvira Lourenco. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, how are you, Carla?
I'm really good, really happy to have you back. How are you, Elvira?
Good evening, everyone. Great to see you, Jasmine and Carla. Great to be here.
That's great to have you here. Tonight, we're going to talk about having an attitude check-in. Check your attitude, see how it goes, see how it forms, see the kind of tips you need to have. Why are we doing this? Because in the first part, we talked about in the career transitions, we talked about you need attitude, skills, and knowledge. And we talked a lot about skills, ramping up your skills. We talked about getting knowledge, how you can take more courses, etc. But we didn't really focus a lot on attitude. Why does attitude make such a difference? So tonight we're going to talk about attitude. And the first thing we want to talk about is take responsibility for your attitude. Whatever energy is in the room, you bring it to the room. And so you really need to look at your attitude and look at and accept that either you have, and it's not an either or, but you either have a great attitude toward your career transition and a positive and proactive attitude toward your career transition, or you don't. And you will know this. So you need to take responsibility and accept that either you're really prepared for this in terms of your emotions, your behavior, your thoughts, or you're not ready. So taking responsibility is a really important one. The other one is looking at, because an attitude is a thought that is accepted as true, that leads you to think, feel, or act positively or negatively toward a person, idea, or event. It has three components. It's comprised of thoughts, it's comprised of feelings, and it's comprised of behaviors. So if you have an attitude and you're doing this check-in and you say, I think I'm good with the thoughts, but I'm not so good about the behavior. I want you to be realistic about assessing yourself and maybe even ask people that are close to you how you can assess this. The third thing I'd like to talk about, which we did talk about in the first session, and that is begin to have routines and rituals that you do that'll pick you up, that'll promote a more positive attitude in your life. So we talked about making your bed. We talked about a lot of different things. And start small. Sometimes even changing and shifting some of your things that you do, even 10% can make a difference. I want to go back to making your bed. Making your bed's a really big thing because it sets the day. And I'd like to just talk to Carla and Elvira about making your bed and what it means to them. Ladies, what are your thoughts?
For me, I think it represents the first achievement of my day. Like, I woke up and I made my bed and I already achieved something, and that sets me up in the right direction.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Elvira?
And for me, it's about starting the day, I guess, on a positive note. And I agree with Jasmine and Carla that it is an achievement. It's a very small achievement, but it's something that sets you in the right direction, if you can say that.
Yeah, absolutely. So really look at starting small with habits. As I say, it doesn't have to be big. You don't have to have a personality transplant. It's really just about really starting small. The next thing I'd like you to consider is find role models that can help you and that inspire you. So, for example, if you guys are YouTube lovers, man, do we have great role models. We've got Simon Sinek. We've got all kinds of people. I'm not even going to name them, five of them, because there's 25 in my head. Guy Raz, who has a great podcast called How I Built This. Really, there's just so much. Inspire yourself. Do something for yourself every day with a role model that you either know or would like to know. Sometimes at work or in another field, you can find someone that really can be a role model. Observe them, see how they are, see how they conduct their lives, see how they interact with people, and really get them to help you, because role models really love to help other people when they're role models. The other thing is seek out positive people. If you find that, and this is something that really is a very big thing. Sometimes we hang out with people that have some of the same bad habits we have. I'll use an extreme example for a minute. Let's say, for example, you go out with friends that all they want to do is go to the pub, drink, and get drunk. It's not a bad thing to do, but it's not really helpful for an attitude. And so, if you only have friends that you do this with, and that's all you do, then you're really not going to be that positive. You're not going to feel that proactive about your life, because it's really about being proactive. So really important to look at the people that you hang out with, or maybe see some friends sometimes but open your mind and your heart to other friendships, like friends that like to go to movies, book club, friends where you can play indoor racquetball, things that you can do that will give you exposure to different people, particularly if they're positive. And the other one I'd like to talk about is acting with purpose. Always be purposeful about why you're doing something. How is it going to help you? How is it going to support you? So act with purpose in what you do. So if you get up in the morning and you make your bed, you're acting with purpose. It's the first purposeful thing you do for the day. If you really are careful about what you're eating and that you're eating healthily, then you're acting with purpose. So I hope you get some of this from me. And I think it doesn't end here, because Elvira has a bunch of things as well she'd like to cover with you as you check in your attitude. Remember, we're doing this so you can actually do a bit of a check-in and do a little bit of looking at yourself and saying, maybe I need to do more of this, or maybe I need to do more of that. So I'll pass it over to Elvira. Elvira?
Thank you, Jasmine. Following on from Jasmine, have a check-in of your attitude. I think it is important to continue with saying thank you more frequently. We often are involved in situations that challenge us, and they are there to challenge you and push you so that you can grow from it. And in being challenged, there is nothing wrong with saying thank you more frequently. Imagine you are in a situation where someone has done something for you and you don't say thank you. So how does the person know how you feel about that action that they did towards you? And it is a very simple word. It's just two simple words, but they go a long way. And they go a long way to show the other person how you are feeling about them, how you are feeling about the situation that you find yourself in. I would like to ask Jasmine and Carla perhaps to also contribute to this, because I know that this is something very close to our hearts, and that we have experienced many, many times over, either being on the end of receiving a thank you or giving a thank you. So I wanted to pass it to Jasmine.
Yeah, I think saying thank you is so important, and it's a point of acknowledging someone. And when you acknowledge other people, you immediately set a positive energy there for you. It's kind of what I said about you're responsible for the energy that you bring to any circumstance. And I think this contributes by acknowledging people. What do you think, Carla?
I agree. I think gratitude in general is really important for that attitude that we were just talking about before, Jasmine, in terms of if you're grateful of where you are, what you have at the moment, your attitude will automatically be more positive towards the future and towards the directions you're taking. So yes, I think there's like two elements, one of being grateful towards other people and acknowledging them, and also being grateful towards yourself and what you have and what you are and where you're going, which will set you up in the right direction.
That's great. Thanks for that, Carla. Elvira?
Yes, completely agree. And you are completely right, Carla. This is where a thank you leads into gratitude, doesn't it? It is very much, they are tied together. And very often, you just have to take a moment for yourself. Perhaps every day, just take a moment for yourself and reflect a little bit on what has happened in your day. It has been challenging, but there is always something positive about it. And I guarantee you there will be something amazing that if you just take 5 minutes to sit down and think about your day from beginning to end, there will be something amazing. And one option, why not start with a gratitude journal? There are many that you can purchase or start your own. How you do it, it's not important. It's just the fact that you do it. That is the important thing. That every day you are finding something to be thankful for, something that is absolutely amazing that happened to you, that you were not expecting. I find that amazing normally is something that we don't expect at all, and it comes from left field. And if left field means a challenge, you also be grateful for that, because there will be something that you will learn from that. And so when we talk about start with a gratitude journal, you journal your journey. Yeah. All our lives is about the journey that we embark on from the moment we are born, from the moment that you start a career transition. It is a journey. How you decide to live this journey is the most important thing for you. And so to change your attitude towards that and be grateful is the most thankful thing you can do for yourself. And it always ends with a gratitude for something that you found in your day. And use more positive language, as Jasmine and Carla also mentioned, about yourself and others. So use more positive language. So don't say, I should, I could. We often do that. Say, I will allow myself to do this. And I think we need to change those words that we use about what we do on a daily basis. So allow yourself to be in a position where you will either learn or you will use what you know to provide to someone else. So I would like to hear from Jasmine and Carla on this point.
Oh yeah, I'm big on journaling. I started journaling when I was 10. So and it could be just a sentence or it could be 3 pages. It doesn't matter, but it's always good to end with a gratitude of some kind. Even if you're having such a terrible day and even if you say, well, at least I'm breathing, because at least you're breathing. And that is an amazing thing, that your body is still pumping oxygen through it. So that's really important, I think. Carla, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I feel like when you externalize your feelings or your thoughts, they become more real and you almost understand yourself better in a way. You kind of have all those thoughts just like mixed in your head, and whenever you write them down, it just they become more tangible, and that way you also learn a lot about yourself when you journal. I personally do like different kinds of journaling, like I write myself post-it notes everywhere and those sorts of things, but it helps you learn about yourself too, which
Mm,
is it's great.
yeah, it is good. Elvira?
So I wanted to finish off by saying that you have to use your setbacks, you have to use your challenges to improve your skills. I think there is a great saying that I love very much that says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I believe that setbacks allow you to grow, and they allow you to grow beyond what you thought was capable or what you thought you were capable of doing. And so your setbacks will always push you to go to the next level. They will help you to improve your skills. And so we say, stretch yourself. Don't be afraid to stretch yourself. And you will see that when you look back and you think, 5 years ago, was that me? Have I grown so much? And we do that on a daily basis. Whilst you are doing it, you don't see how much you are growing. But if you look back 5 years, I guarantee you, you will see how far you have stretched. So perhaps Jasmine and Carla, who also, this is very much close to all of our hearts, I'd love to hear from them.
Yeah, I think a setback is an opportunity, and it's an opportunity to really relook at what you're doing and stretch yourself and say, and have a little second think about how you could make it better for yourself. But understand that everything in your life is an experiment. So if you have a setback, that's okay. Just stretch yourself. Agree that you're just going to do that little bit more. Because by stretching yourself, you really can take another look at yourself and say, wow, I did this. So I think that um, setbacks are really good opportunities to shift some of your behavior, some of your thoughts, and some of your feelings. So, Carla, what are your thoughts?
Absolutely. And I feel like mistakes are lessons as well. So that's always something that I think to myself whenever yeah, like I fail doing something. I'm just like, do you know what? I'm just going to learn from this. And the important thing is just keep walking and just keep trying and keep learning, and you'll be fine.
Even if you have to put one foot in front of the other some days,
That's
that's
right.
okay, because at least you're stretching yourself. And you're not going into what I would call bad attitude mode, where you feel sorry for yourself or no one likes you, or oh, this is the 23rd resume you've put in, or this the 10th internship you've applied for and it hasn't worked. Don't go down that road. There's certain roads you don't go down in terms of your thinking. You have to really inspire yourself every day during career transition time, because you'll get there, and it's not going to come overnight, but it will come. So I think that this kind of ends it for us tonight, and we just wanted to say thank you for tuning in and being a part of us tonight as we talk about career transitions, something that as job coaches is really important for us. And thank you, Elvira, for your time tonight, and Carla as well. It's great to see you ladies again. And Carla, I'll let you wrap it up.
Thank you so much, everyone that tuned with us today. This is the second episode of the part series that we're releasing for career transitions. And thank you so much. If you have any questions, suggestions, please just leave it in the comment box below and share it with anybody that you think this video would be beneficial for them as well. We'll see you soon.